You have to start with the introduction. Then you need to start with you have to start with
Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Okay. Yeah, Kafan Benjamin is saying he won you today. He will be here soon. Okay. We have Brian Mesembe in the house. Yeah, in the house all the way from USA. And we're here to talk about this very important topic. We'll discuss the video released by Kosi. Kosi is actually a Cameroonian musician, and he dropped a video featuring a lot of Cameroonian artists, and a lot of people came at him from Cameroon saying in the video he objectify women, like objectify women, trying to reduce them to like materialistic people who go after men for money or material things. So we are here to discuss on that, and you all have your say, including Brian from USA. That's why I came to the group. I said we are discussing today about slay queens and ashawos rather. So yeah, before we get into that, I would like for Brian to say something for the community members.
Oh yeah, hey guys, thanks. I'm really honored to be here today, and thanks that way for inviting me. Art actually is one of the means to disseminate all the structures that make up culture. So songs like this also help us understand modern times in whatever direction we want to take. It could be the direction where we want to say everything we're doing is wrong. It could be in a direction where we want to say that, okay, what we have done so far is wrong, and then this is what we should do right. So it shows us a mirror of who we are. So I'm really honored to have this conversation today. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dawe.
Okay, you're welcome, Brian. A big shout out to you all watching us live today. We have Just Taonga saying hello. We have Ropa saying, "Hey, Big Hunch, how you doing? We good? Okay, hope you're all good." And we have Benjamin Temek. I'm good, and you? Yeah, I'm doing quite well. Excellent. And we have EU at the Block Cameroon. That's my kid sister. Yeah, she's saying hello.
Hi, hi.
Yeah. So you're all welcome. Before we get into that, I would like to play that video for us. Let's watch the video together, and you have your say about it in the comment section. You just let us know what you think about it, and before we share our opinions, we'll make it pretty quick. Okay, we're gonna make this one pretty quick because Brian actually jumped out of work to be here with us.
I'm gonna buy first on a tranquille amount. Now I don't get to engage, you say the back and I'm si prêt à tout, donc à toi, il se fout, et toi tu es intelligent. C'est dans tes rêves, arrêtons de rêver, ma toi, qu'on a une canda. Sinon on va baisser le sang, watch away, I lost a crocodile. You keep your fish, wash and down, champagne like that today, he could die. He don't.
Okay, that was the opening of the video. We saw this guy. His name is Cleo Grae, a Cameroonian rapper. He was actually rapping in pidgin English like that. So the first scene we saw a lady sitting on the table with a guy. They were kind of having a date, and out of a sudden, the lady decided to leave the guy, and she was going about her way. Then the next scene, we saw the guy going after the lady, and he said something like that in pidgin, "You want go na by force or tranquillement." That's to say, are you trying to go forcefully, or you want to go on my own terms? Like the lady actually ate his stuff, and now she's trying to go without fulfilling her end of the bargain, right? So that's the first scene. Let's continue.
Them all of them come and fly, go free so like a butterfly. I don't let them be for the Christmas, but inside July. Bring on me while I lie. I buy you pepper soup, I buy you bunny fish. I buy you can't say you go follow me. Now you don't use me play. I go rap you carry me, say my Ghana must go.
Okay, the next guy right there is the main artist, Kosi. So he's saying, I bought so many things for you. You ate pepper soup, you did a lot of things, and now you're playing me, so I'm gonna carry you in a Ghana Must Go. Okay, Ghana Must Go, for those of you who do not know, is actually a bag used during a period, I think it was 1983, when Nigeria was actually sending out illegal immigrants from the country, most especially Ghanaians. They actually bundled their stuff in that bag, that particular bag. So they use it like figuratively to represent like if the girl is not acting right, she's gonna be bundled like in that bag and sent away. So we saw that. Let's continue.
Et en fou de tes sentiments. Ma chérie est ton sort. Tu n'es fait que ton médo. Tu penses ici ton père. Ma tâche, tu m'as loué là. Baby, I want know this day. That your body must be dead. Stay, make you baby. Go body one day. More than a back to back. So call your brother the left and right.
So that's a third guy. we saw a scene where a guy is holding shopping bags, a lot of shopping bags, indicating he's just coming from buying a lot of stuff for the lady. And he, when the guy was singing, he said something like, "I bought things for your brothers as well," which means it wasn't only about the girl. He was very concerned about the girl's family and stuff like that. Let's continue.
Now you want me for petit vélo. Now you want me for petit vélo. I buy you pepper soup, I buy you bunny fish. I buy you can't say you go follow me. Now you don't know you speak play. I go rap you carry me, say my God I must go. My God I must go. God I must go. Yeah. My God I must go. Go, make me go. Boy, the blow she got in Belgique, say you be pro. Calme-toi, maman, laisse-moi te rythme, j'esparo. C'est go, go, somebody told him bracata for bro, for bro. You know I follow go for last time. It's your nigga like a point gum. And don't like up, go and jack down. But up in Molamba, me stand down. And so I appelle la police. They're photo, that the police. You know I make a tough fight this, yeah, more this, now it's not this. I buy you pepper soup, I buy you bunny fish. I buy you can't say you go follow me. Now you don't know you speak play. I go rap you carry me, say my God I must go. My God I must go.
My God I must go. My God I must go.
I buy you pepper soup, I buy you bunny fish. I buy you can't say you go follow me. Now you don't know you speak play. I go rap you carry me.
My God I must go.
My God I must go.
My God I must go. My God I must go. Okay, that's the Ghana must go back. They're about to put the girl in it. That's the back right there. Ghana must go. Okay, guys, we've just watched the video together. You let me know what you think about the concept. We are here mostly to talk about the concept of the video. A lady who got everything from 4 different guys. At the end of the day, she did not deliver her end of the bargain. She was bundled in a Ghana must go. Do you think it was appropriate? Is it an appropriate thing to do to ladies who go about I don't know how taking men for granted and stuff like that? Do you think it was an appropriate thing to do? Let us know your opinions in the comment section. Why we'll have Brian right now tell us what he thinks.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, it's from the background of art, right? Like these artists, they're there to show us. They're like the mirror to society.
Yes,
right? They show us what is happening, and
yes,
to start, it's something that to really look at it, we have to look at like all aspects. So that's positively, negatively. So for
yeah,
me to start that, I would first of all like, since a bulk of people, especially in like Africa, are Christians, I would first of all like to draw inspiration from like stories in the Bible. Like there are stories in the Bible that if you look at it, they're very immoral. Like you're
yeah,
wondering what are they doing in the Bible in the first place? There are stories of incest, homosexuality,
yeah,
war, people killing each other. But you see that that's because it's telling the truth. It's talking about what happened. You see, so it's saying what happens black and white, no matter what it is, not trying to like paint it to be nice. So from that point of view, you see that artists too have that responsibility to talk about what is happening the way it's happening. So if we are criticizing, are we criticizing the artist, or are we criticizing the society for doing what the artist is showing us that they are doing? So
yeah, the thing is,
from there.
the thing is, the people I saw criticizing, they were actually criticizing the artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You know, this is an opportunity for us to look at everything from every angle, right? Like turning all stones. So if we start at us looking at people that are pointing fingers to the artists are almost like prophets, right? They are pointing their fingers to maybe some kind of moon or something they're trying to show you. So if you look at their fingers, you wouldn't see what they're showing. You see, so I would like to start from there. So if we look at it that way, then you see that yes, the artist is not making it up. He like there is this other song by Salatiel and Blaze B, the one about Lando. You saw how it ended, right? And it's a similar concept. There's this girl that like keeps playing ping pong with this couple of guys, and then at the end of the day, when she got to some kind of a rendezvous, she realized that all the guys she has been playing met. And most songs end like that, right? T-Pain, remember some years back, T-Pain and R. Curly, they did the same girl, but they did some kind of a trick where like they used to twin. You see, so that was also some kind of artistic point of view, and we all know what's happening. Like there are some girls that play that kind of ping pong with us. So for that, should we criticize the artist, or should we look at the thing and then look at society for what the artist is trying to show us?
Yeah. So before I give my opinion, I would like to make this assertion. When God created the female, Adam named her woman. And now society have given the female a lot of different names. And the females themselves, they call themselves slay queens. In Cameroon, we have these subcategories. They've subcategorized themselves into like Ajaja, Ajajana boss, or officer, or all those sort of names. You understand? Yeah. Now, it's very wrong for women to be objectified, but you will not deny the fact that these girls that call themselves like officers, that's actually like their hustle. And you don't go around fire expecting not to sweat. Quoting from Lewin, you don't go around fire expecting not to sweat. Right? Yeah, if you're going in and a guy is giving you something, you should definitely want to know if there are strings attached to that. You need to definitely know that. You will not go like a woman, a real woman, a woman of substance and dignity, who first of all not want to accept things from a man she doesn't want to date. And the next point I want to make is the artists, they did not create the concept. They're just putting out the reality of our society, of the society we live in. There are guys out there who go about taking everything they've bought for you if you don't want to fulfill your part, your end of the bargain, right? That's reality. It happens, right? Yeah. So it's just like we watch movies, or in normal day life, you see a thief being caught. In some places, they'll prefer to hand a thief over to the police, but in other places, they'll actually melt down jungle justice on the thief. That's the same thing with ladies who go about deceiving men, getting stuff from them. And when they're actually caught, some men go as far as beating them. Some go as far as even killing the ladies, killing themselves. And we've had cases like a lady was playing a guy, she got pregnant for another guy, and the guy found out. Then he bundled the lady and the child. He killed the lady, killed himself and the child. Those are actually the reality of our society, and it will be pretty much hypocritical of us to go about criticizing artists that are just there to paint out and put the reality of society. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, you should actually criticize the act, and it's always worldwide to look to start examining where you kick your leg and not where you fail. You look at when you want to analyze all of these things. The lady, where did she actually fall? Where did she kick her leg? She kicked her leg when she went about starting getting things from guys she doesn't have any affection for. She kicked her leg the point she took things, knowing fully well like these guys were giving her these things with ulterior motives, right?
Yeah, right.
You will not do all of these things, then you expect to go scot-free. There are people, that's the reality of society, the society we live in. Guys, let us know what you think in the comment section. Was it right for those guys to react like that, or they were just supposed to sit quiet and allow the lady to walk scot-free? Okay, you are the block Cameroon. Father Christmas, because of pepper soup, you want nakanda. So men would disgrace us. Men will not disgrace you guys. Yeah, I always tell you, you're my kid sister. Don't take things from guys you don't have any affection for. Rather, don't go about living like you want to live the life of slave queens. You have to work for it. Work for it. You live whatever life you want. If you are going out there taking things from men, you should be willing to also give something in return. Don't go about you're living the life of a slave queen on other people's pocket. They are not your bank account.
And also, right, it's
Yeah.
if we look at it, thanks for painting that picture that way. If we look at it now in the through the lens of the artist's work, like if we look at it as though the artist, and that's the reality, the artist is showing us what is happening. You see that
Yeah.
they're actually talking a lot about current affairs, but they
Yeah.
have packed those into like the few minutes of that song.
Yeah.
You see, so what do I mean by current affairs? We will sit and complain about our governments. We will sit and complain about societies not being developed, and these
Yeah.
are the little things that make them not developed. But we don't see that. So
Yeah.
if you look at the works of the artists, and then we are very meticulous in looking at all the details, you'd see that we can understand what is, and then know where to go from there. So what do I mean by that? A lot of women today are feminists, right?
Yeah.
Fighting for women power. But that video is showing you live. If, for example, the lady, if it's that she, a lady can date a guy, but
Yeah.
maintain her dignity maybe until they get married. And when you be the people that have dated, and then the girl left and got married to someone else, perhaps they had no sexual relationships, and there are many stories like that. So if
A lot of them
such
like
a
that.
guy, yeah, if such a guy does, maybe he like forces himself on her, then we can blame the guy. But if she does it with the second guy, the third guy, if she does it 4 times to 4 different guys, then it's on her. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
It's so much like
that's
you.
what just happened in this video. She
Yeah,
was on 4 different guys. One was there buying her pepper soup. The other one gave her a key to a car. The other one took her shopping to maybe Zara, H&M, or all of these places.
yeah,
And at the end of the day, she was just turning them, playing them in a circle and stuff
yeah,
like that. That's
yeah,
reality. We have hustlers. Women who are hustlers. They are just out there to hustle.
yeah,
And when you're doing such hustle, you should know like you're going around fire. And
yeah,
when you're going around fire, there's no way for you to expect not to sweat.
yeah,
So it's totally out of place to have people go out there and they're bashing on the artists for actually portraying the reality of society in a video.
yeah. I
Those
mean,
those artists,
it's paint
those
that.
artists themselves,
It's
those
picture.
artists themselves, because they are men out there. Like, okay, if I get to find out in my early days, like growing up around my teens and early 20s, like that, Yeah, there were times like I gave things to women and they did not comply. I went back to take those things. But growing up, I've come to age like right now. If I just realize you're playing me for a second, no, the next minute I get to block and delete you. I don't want to ever see you. So that's part of reality, right? Those artists were just showing that in the video.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, like, uh, there are guys too who do the same. There are guys that would date married women. There are
Yeah.
guys that would date married women. There are guys that, uh, I mean, people have their hustles, and then there is the shortest path. It's easy to consume money that you didn't work for, and so things like that are attractive, right? So it's something that at least if some female artists, even male artists, if they want to talk about society that way, they're free to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like they're free to show a video where there's this dude that is like sucking some women dry, because
Yeah.
normally if a guy does that, you hear all men are wicked, all men are the same. You see what I mean? And if there
Yeah.
is a movie or there is a song about some guy that is like using women, even if a guy beats a woman in a song, like is it Blanche Bailey? She has a song about living with a guy and suffering, and people understand when she sings that. You see what
Yeah.
when she sings it from the reality of a woman, how they're beating them, what they're suffering. I don't want me jumba, like I don't want me come to stay.
I know why me come will stay.
People
Yeah.
understand that. And then when he's seeing for the other part, he's not making it up.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, we can emphasize on that and over, but it's really interesting because if you look at the various genres of music, right? There is
Mhm.
popular culture. Like pop is there to show you what happens in one way
Yeah.
or the other. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? Like yes, it may be popular, but music, they're painting some reality from a perspective. So the artist is like this guy that is looking through a keyhole and he can see what is happening in a room, and then he's telling us what is happening in that room. We don't know what the guys are doing in that room. You see what I mean? But the artist, what he can see through the
Artists are doing that and painting that like in the video, and the director of the video comes in with another artistry to interpret it, and that's just what happens, right? And we have a comment right now from AUR Block Cameroon. It's really hard thing to decide because I personally don't support the fact that a girl is treated that way. And secondly, a guy is taken for a fool. But now, if a girl behaves that way, trust me, is there. What was that? So yeah, girls should not behave like if you don't want it, you don't want it. If you're in for it, you're in for it. Don't go about taking things from men. First of all, you ask if there is you have to put some dignity on yourself. You get to ask a man, like, is there any string attached? If there's no string attached, then if the man comes back for it, then the man is pretty much wrong. But if you know very well, like this guy is after something and you're collecting things for him, whatsoever happens is on you. Because we know women of substance will not do that. We know them. They will not do that. They'll say no. They'll say no.
Absolutely.
Don't be
Yeah.
way you prove yourself to her. Prove yourself to her.
The,
Okay,
the
yeah, that's the
story,
problem.
yeah, and
Ladies,
the story is not only about the girl. The family is there, right? The brothers,
yeah,
and yeah. Here the story the dude is talking about, or the dudes. You see
yeah,
the family too. They're tapping into the guy's resources. Like, what do you expect? Is he running a charity?
he's running a charity. And the fact that the guy was giving not only to the girl but to the family as well, he doesn't in any way objectify the woman. He wanted something serious with the ladies, right? With the lady. That's why he will spend on the lady and spend on the family. Benjamin Temek is saying, yeah, that's the problem. Some ladies sometimes deceive to be involved with some guys, and later on when the guy come into realization, they feel so stupid because the guy might have spent on the lady, right? So I had to come up with this topic for us to discuss. I was just going on Facebook. I was seeing a lot of ladies coming at the artists like, at this time you're not supposed to do a video like this, trying to objectify women and stuff like that. Men are always the easy prey, like they just prey on men easily and stuff like that. Yeah, society will always go with women, but the truth is, a woman of substance, she knows her place in society. She will not go about collecting things from men, promising them heaven and earth. At the end of the day, it turns out to be a ball, a game. Definitely, they have feelings. You killed them the moment you were doing all of those things. And if we want a balanced society out there, we should be able to speak out the truth just the way it is without any sentiments and emotions attached, right?
Yeah. And you know, that's why from the start I was saying a bulk of people in Africa like Christians, right? Well, I
Yeah.
don't say bulk in Africa, but look at Cameroon, look at Nigeria. We have even new breeds of Christians. Look at the Bible; it tells you stories of people killing each other. That's just
Yeah.
because it's not it's like they say great wisdom is all encompassing. Like if you are partial, if you are only looking at one angle, then that's some kind of injustice to the concept. Like you are like
Yeah.
a painter that you are painting someone and then you don't want to paint his legs or you don't want to paint his hand. You see
Yeah.
if that's the purpose of your art, that's it. But if the purpose of your art is like to show people the picture, it could be from one perspective. That's fine. Then it's like strange for people to go at the art itself. And I mean, again, it's like the artist is pointing at something and you're looking at his finger. You're not looking at what he's pointing at. So we wouldn't be able to see
You're just looking. They were just looking at the artist's finger,
the
not
finger.
what
They're
he
not seeing
was
what he's
pointing.
pointing at. So
That's
yeah.
where that's where they went wrong. And the truth is, only those slay queens who don't work for their own money to slay will come at such artists. If you don't go about taking things from men to deceive them, you see the concept and you appreciate the art. And for them to bundle all of this and put in a 3 minute song, a
Yeah,
big message out there for people to learn, a
exactly.
pretty good message. First, they're exposing this to society for us to see and know. For those who are not aware, like stuff like this are happening, you have to be aware of it. There are guys out there who will not play with their money. If they're giving you that money and they're giving you stuff, they are expecting something in return. Not we have few guys out there who just give for the fact that they are giving. Majority of men, they give to women because they want to get in. So if you need to always ask this question: why are you giving me this thing? What do you want from me?
Yeah,
Be a woman of dignity. Build yourself up and become a woman of substance. Don't work out all the time with langa truth. Anything you see from men, you just want it. Anything you see from men, you want. That's how you fall victim. You go about you become a victim, and people will start screaming foul, foul, foul on men like every day.
yeah, and also it's you know it's like a matter of culture, right? I
Yeah,
remember when I first moved to the United States, you know, we're brought up some sort of way back in Cameroon. I don't know who actually instilled that, but if you go somewhere with ladies, it's pretty natural, almost like it's in the blood for you to want to spend for the ladies. You go to a
yeah,
shop or you go to a bar, and I remember coming to America and during lunch, I went out with my lady friends, like we were my colleagues actually were ladies and she was about to buy food and for some reason I just felt like I needed to pay and she told me hey I can buy my food she was actually pissed like I have my own money I can
yeah,
I can pay for my food so there and there is that culture of no free lunch when someone is
yeah.
giving you
That's
something
it. That's
for free what is there
like
you see so yeah and
like
it goes
yeah.
both ways yeah it goes both ways
It goes both ways. Like here in China, you go out with a Chinese lady and you're done. You're trying to know she'll never allow you to pay the bills. She'll fight and fight. If you have to pay the bill, you need to like you have to wake up from the get up from the table and you go to the counter without her knowing. Like they know there's no free lunch out there. There's no free lunch.
Yeah.
So, but coming from Africa, we'll have this conception like men always have to do everything. They have to do everything. And Natalie Sedi from Malawi is saying, and men should also stop taking things from women they don't love. Yeah, it goes both ways. Men should stop taking things from women they don't love, right? Pretty much. If you guys you have a constant like, oh, we are just having fun. You give and he takes and he gives, you take. It's okay. And sometimes your agreement might not only be like love, it could be like a mutual exchange. If you have such an agreement with a man, it's good. But if he's coming to you and promising you love, and he takes and he's not giving that love in return, he's supposed to be bashed as well, you know? Yeah, he's supposed to be bashed.
Yeah, and like we said, right, the show was happening in society. We spoke about "Come We Stay," right?
Yes.
When people sing, when the ladies like Blanche Bailey, she said, "I know one make come we stay." Like a lot of ladies will be happy. Yes, we don't want that. You see,
Yeah.
God, you marry us and put a ring on it, and ladies say that, and it's fine. You see,
Yeah.
so the artist actually, unless you want him to make a song that never ends, which will be life itself, then he would have to paint everything in that picture. But he doesn't need to do that. You just need to open your own eyes and look at reality for you to know that yes, men too should stop taking things from women, and that's it. He's painted one perspective. If you are looking at something, it could be a zoo. You can go to the zoo, right, and you can look at the monkey from the front door. If there is room, you could step by the side and look at it again from another view. And if it has an open air, if it's an open air kind of a cell, you can jump up, you can jump right up. And if you have powers, you can stand on air and look at the monkey from the top. And now if you have a pen and a paper, you can sketch it, right? So the artist does that too. They look at these realities, they take an angle. He could be laying down somewhere with his pen and paper and making this drawing. So he shows us that, and but it's about society at the end of the day. It's just like a picture of what is going on.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Okay, guys, we'll end this video with concluding with the moral lesson what women out there need to learn. We've already said it, like, don't go about taking things from men you don't love. And if a guy is trying to give you material things, you should always be woman enough to ask, like, why are you giving me this? Is there any string attached? Are you giving me, like, is it coming from your heart, like you're giving, like you're just giving with no strings attached? You should always find out about these things. And if you are an officer, an ajaja, or a slave queen, or whatever you're doing out there, you should have work ethics. You should always have a code of conduct. It's business, right? Because the lady portrayed in that video is actually an ajaja, an officer. I will not say a slave queen, because there are women out there who slay, they look good from their own pocket. So I'll go with the term they call themselves back in Cameroon, Ajajana boss, Ajaja, slave queen, no, officer.
Right? It's also looking at culture, right? Sorry, as we're rounding up. If you look at bands like rock stars, even pop culture, like here you hear of Beyonce, and there are a couple of other artists. There are some people, life, we all have our choices, right? When you make a choice, you're free to bear the consequences. An officer or whatever they call themselves, and even for men like Gigolo, they have chosen that. It's like life's choice, right? So there are people who call themselves muses. That's inspiration. You know, the muse, the word museum comes from the word muse, right? So there are people, muses are there to some people, especially artists. It's like inspiration. So there are people who call themselves muses. So there's some girls that they're slay queens, excuse me, the girls that are slay queens, but they're pretty. They have ways of arranging themselves so that
Yeah.
these artists hang out with them, catch fun, and then they get inspired. They get relaxed, and then they produce good music. You see
Yeah.
what I mean? So in that case, I mean, if that's someone's life is paying their bills, no one will come and pay your bills. If there's something that pays their bills at the end of the day, I mean, and that
Yeah.
works. Yeah. So, but everything has a circumstance. So if you go and then you want to one up the other person and they put you in a Ghana must go, then that's your business.
That's your business. You should not go around fire expecting not to sweat. So for you all out there saying the artists they objectify women by actually portraying the reality of the society, then you have a lot coming your way. You have to go about, you recheck on your stance and everything because you're pretty wrong. The artist simply painted a picture of the society. They painted a picture of the society, which is pretty much okay. You were just looking at their fingers. You were not looking at what they were pointing at. So you go and watch the video again and look at what they were actually pointing at. Right?
Ah,
Yeah, Chris, go eat. Natalie. Ah, we have Chris. I went to collect your things, giving them. Okay. Okay, you are the block. We see you. We see you too. We see you. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the comment. And guys, we pretty much appreciate you all for staying right up to this moment with us. I hope you've gotten the moral lesson behind that song. If you didn't, go and watch the song again and try to be a woman of substance. Don't be a woman you go out there, you just want to collect, you want to collect and receive from men. Be a woman to always ask questions, to know why a man is offering you things. Don't just receive. Don't be at the receiving end from one man to another, one man to another. One day Nemesis is going to caught up with you and you'll be bundled in a Ghana must go. All right? Any last word, Brian?
Thanks again. It's really an honor to be here to discuss. And generally speaking, if we art is a way of expressing ourselves, and
Yeah.
it's also there to arouse emotions. But
Yeah.
when you look at the bigger picture, all of us want good lives. We want to be able. I want to be able to fly to Cameroon for dinner, and then the next day go for breakfast in South Africa. So we can do
Yeah.
that by producing content, talking about society, and running businesses on top of all of the ecosystem that runs beneath this, instead of like just maybe criticizing without much substance. So I'm
Yeah.
really grateful for a platform like this where we could come and look at things for what they really are, and people could express themselves freely. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So one answer this question from Natalie Sedi. Say, why can't most men give things to women without expecting something in return?
Um, uh, can I say something? I can say something with an example.
Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, the women that do that, they are very busy, maybe working, so you will not really see them. In the same way that in other spheres too, like people, especially like in feminist movements where you say women are not in power, the women that are powerful and that are busy working, you don't see them. They're busy
Yeah.
working. So mostly you see the women that actually come to men and show that they have things to offer. I'm also saying that from experience. Like women often come and show you that okay, this is what they want. Maybe they need something from you, but they show you the signs that they can give you something. Maybe just rubbing
Yeah.
your chest or rubbing your head. You know, like those that have korobo head, the ladies are touching the head and stuff like that. And then when it goes some kind of way, the ladies still cry foul. So I'm not saying that's always the case. I'm just saying some case from experience and to cover up for men, because there's some of these stories that you hear on social media and you're wondering where they're coming from. And yeah, just to be real, my 2 cents, Natalie.
Okay. And we have Benjamin Temek saying, those men who give things to ladies without expecting something in return are many, including me and my CEO, Agbolion. Yeah, we are there. We are out there. We give just like we give to our kid sisters back at home. We give to women who think they are actually in need without expecting anything. But sometimes you meet someone you're eyeing, you have interest for, and you really get to express yourself to the lady like, oh, I want you. The lady already have it like at the back of her mind, like, oh, this guy wants me. And now you're doing things for the lady. If she knows like, oh, I'm not gonna reciprocate, is very, very, very okay for her to decline. If she's refusing your love, she's supposed to refuse your items as well, because you're giving from a place of love, right? Yeah, Natalia, I hope that answered your question. Yeah.
Give and take, man. Who's running a charity? And again, it's culture, right? That's why I give the example of newses. There are ladies that they know that their job is to walk around cruise when artists are going for tours. They smoke weed,
Yeah.
with the artists, and it's okay. Society understands that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, if we have a society too where people want to go in halfway, you want to receive something, you don't want to give, and then maybe when you give, you want to, like, I don't know. It's just something that if people are doing their things, they should learn to take responsibility. If you know
Yeah.
that the man will give you something and want something in return, and you don't want that, then stop it. You're not blind. Most people
It's
know that
okay.
from the start.
Yeah.
You see,
From the start.
so yeah, so it's not something that is a one-way street. It's a two-way street. Like, people can get cues, you can get body language. Ladies know, in particular, when guys are interested, when they like them.
Ladies,
If you doubt
ladies are natural detectives.
yeah,
They know, like, they know your intentions before you even have those intentions.
yeah.
So
Around, they hang around and they make the decisions and stuff like that. And then maybe when it comes to like talking, they forget all those details. You see, so
yeah,
it's very strange. So at the end of the day, if you know what you want, you go in, you take what you want, be ready for the consequences. There are guys too that go date people's wives, and they jump out of the window. So do they have to start complaining that, oh, the guy should leave me together without going out of the window? When you were going there, you knew that if they come with a shotgun, you should either disappear in one way or the other. So
yeah,
we have to be accountable and look at these things in the way they are, instead of like forgetting some kind of details that are very essential to the whole idea or the whole endeavor.
yeah. Okay, Brian, thank you. Appreciate you for being with us.
Yeah, thanks.
Uh, on this note, we've come to the end of this live session. Tomorrow we'll be live with Skizzy Ayeke. We'll be talking about his latest song, the release, and everything. And to my Qingdao and China family, I salute you all for staying up this late and making this live session interactive and interesting. Thanks for always being there for me. On to that note, it's been your boy, Dawei. Cheers.
Yeah, all right. Thanks.